valid question.
So you can get some.
We were gonna put it back.
Alright, today we are going to do addition rule. So we did multiplication rule on Friday. Now we're going to do addition rule today.
Sanders, did you miss me yesterday? I missed you. I thought you wanted out.
Why do you even know?
Jenny, you
I do.
really complicated.
Guys, it's recording.
Oh. Well, don't say my name.
Alright, so addition rule. Multiplication rule. What was the key word for multiplication? No, they just want you to multiply the problem.
Oh, not gonna go.
I know, get it. Go back, independent, yes, is part of it, but go back and look and see what is the...
Independent, replacement, government.
I'll just pick back up those babies.
I saw him yesterday.
What are you doing at Body
Shut up.
Jenny, what were you gonna do?
I don't know.
And the picture just popped up. She's standing there.
Someone else, so I assumed him. What are you trying to do?
Alright, here we go.
I hate you guys.
Let's go through this. What is the key word for multiplication? Go look at your notes.
Both independent.
There's some right here and it won't come out.
A and B.
What did you say? And. Thank you. Your key word for multiplication was and. Your key word for multiplication was and. Your key word for addition is or. So what is the difference between the multiplication and the addition rule?
It's so light today.
What difference in words?
It's because the sun comes in more and it makes it. Because sixth grade it gets really hard to see.
You should just put it on your windows to cover it up.
Alright, so today is the probability of A or B. The key word is or, and it means we are going to add. Now, last week on Thursday, I think it was, we did overlapping events. And you saw it when I drew a Venn diagram. And where's the overlap? In the middle. It's this part here, yeah? Okay. When we have overlap, it's this middle part. We did a problem like this in the Venn diagram and it's in our notes. And we didn't really, we kind of talked about it, but I didn't stress the rule. But here's the rule. It says the probability of A or B is equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A and. Okay? Now, the probability of A is just the probability of A. So it's just A. The probability of B is just B. And the probability of A and B is both of it, which is your overlap. So in other words, the probability of A is the first circle, the probability of B is the second circle, and then the minus the probability of A and B, which is the middle. Right? Because you counted it twice. Now there's another word we need to know, and it's called mutually exclusive. What does exclusive mean?
Important.
How important?
Small, useful, not a lot.
What do you mean to be exclusive?
Yikes. Can you just like tell us what it means?
Major. Okay, what does it mean when you use boys and girls? When you were dating and you're exclusive.
Means only about each other.
There you go.
It's only about each other.
That's not true.
Oh,
Does it mean you're dating other people?
Nah.
No, you're exclusive. It's just these over here, right? And then they're over there, yes? Okay, mutually exclusive means that there are no outcomes in common. In other words, that is separate from that.
oh, Jenny,
Excuse me. Whoa, what are you trying to say? No?
There are no outcomes in common.
To you.
In other words, the probability of A or B is equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B. There is no overlap. There's nothing in common. You understand? For example, when you're going to use the rule of solve. So your first example in this one is the probability of A is 0.65. The probability of B is 0.25. What's the probability of A or B? Yeah, you can leave them as decimals today. I'll let you leave them as decimals, but go ahead and solve. You're finding the probability of A, the probability of B, and then you're going to do probability of A or B. So I already give you probability A, I already give you probability B, and I already find the probability of A or B. Alright, so the rule says what? What does the rule say? No, it doesn't. It says probability of A or.
Oh,
or B equals
Probability.
probability of A plus probability of B. Should you write the formula? Oh yeah, you should. Alright, then you're going to plug in what's the probability of A? 0.65 plus. Is it mutually exclusive or is there overlap? Mutually exclusive. There is no overlap. So all I do is add and get 0.1. Okay, wonderful. Which is what is the fraction? Good, then everything else. It should not be hard. Second example, you're going to do by yourself. The probability of A is something. The probability of B is 0.3. The probability of A or B, this is what you had to do the other day, is 0.8. Well,
Take that.
alright, ready? Here we go. Is it exclusive, mutual, or mutual, overlap? It's mutually exclusive. So we're going to say the probability of A or B equals the probability of A plus the probability of
I was
B.
thinking this was like.
What is the probability of A? I don't know. It's the probability of A. Do you know the probability of A or B? What is it? 0.8. What's the probability of B? Wonderful. And what do you do? And what do you get? 0.68. Which is what is a fraction? 1/2. Good. Ready? 1/2. 5/10, which is 1/2. No, I'm not leaving it there because it's basic decimals. Times it all in here.
10:13.
Alright, next one.
I'll do the next.
You'll have time for homework. 0 point, probability of A is 0.6. The probability of B is 0.3. The probability of A and B is 0.39. What is the probability of A or B? Okay, so the next thing is you have the answer when you're done. Then we're going to actually do examples where there's thinking involved. Ready? Alright, so it's going to say the probability of what? A or B equals.
Probability of A plus probability B.
Hold on, there's people still talking. The probability of A or B equals the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of? Good. What is the probability of A? 0.6. What's the probability of B? What's the probability of A and B? Which is a total of? Good. Which is what is a fraction? Good? Alright. Example 2. Here come the problems where you actually have to solve. Yes? We're going to use a deck of cards. What is the probability of getting a king or a 4? I had to switch the words. I had and originally, but and means to do what? Multiply. And I had to switch it to say or on accident. So what is the probability of getting a king or a 4? So keyword is what? Or. So keyword or means we're going to do what? We're going to add. Because the probability of A or B equals the probability of A plus the probability of B. Yes? Now I don't know if they're overlapping or mutually exclusive yet for some of us. It is harder to see until we can actually see the problem, right? So let's think about this. If you know the answer, keep quiet. If you don't know the answer and you have cards, you can get them on. And if you don't know cards, good luck. since I've already told you. You get them. Okay, so what are we looking at for? The probability of what? Getting a king or a 4. So, how many kings are there? There are 4. Yes? So 4 out of what? 52. And how many 4s are there? 4 out of 52. Are they mutually exclusive or are they overlapping? Why? That has nothing to do with that.
Because they're all, the hard standing.
Am I asking about hard standings and stuff? No, I'm asking for what? King or 4? They don't overlap. They're what? Mutually exclusive. There is no overlap. A king is completely separate than a 4. Yes? Okay. So, it is mutually exclusive. I would note that. So, the probability of A or B is equal to, what's the probability of A again? 4 out of 52 plus 4 out of 52, which is 8 over 52, which reduces to 'When I said you need to know a deck of cards, and I said to get some, I wasn't what? I wasn't kidding. For those that know a deck of cards, it's easy. You don't, it's hard. So, what is the probability of getting a face card or a spade? And you're going to do that by yourself. You're not going to talk. What is the probability of getting a face card or a spade? What's a face card? It has a face. How many of you know cards? Good. How many of you bought the deck of cards? Oh, good. The rest of you, good luck. I told you before Christmas. Okay. You get them at the Dollar Tree. Very expensive. Or you get them at State Road. Or you get them at Target. You get them at... Is your phone plug here? I want a phone plug. Where's the cookie plug?
He said yes.
No, some tell me it's cookie plug.
Up here.
Oh.
Right there.
Right there. Alright. Probability of A or B is the probability of A plus the probability of B, yes? Okay. The probability of A is looking at face cards, correct? The probability of B is looking at space. So let's look at our face cards. Now pay close attention. I'm going to zoom out so you can see. Ready? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right? So that fraction is what? Okay, good. So write that down if you don't have it. We're at simplify. No. Yes. Otherwise you're gonna be stuck with numbers you can't. Okay? We good? Alright, now let's count our space. Oh. 4. That's 11. How many? Wonderful. So we have 4 over 52. I'm just kidding. 12 over 52. And 13 out of 52. What did you notice? Why? So here's my face cards, but these 3 have to go over here, right? But then here's my spades, and then these 3 also have to go back over there. So what do you have to do? Subtract out which one? The face cards that we repeated twice, which is 3 out of 52. Oops. Not right there. So minus probability of A and B, which is the overlap. Which is what? 22 over 52, which reduces to 11 out of 20. Is it mutually exclusive? No, why? Because you had overlap. It depends on the factor. So if I don't put it in my notes, it doesn't mean you don't put it in the homework. It depends on what the question is. So it says you need to write proper notation, your fraction, and a percent, then yeah. But if it doesn't specify percent, then you don't. Other questions? Do you see how looking at the actual cards in my hand helped determine if there was overlap or not? Okay? You need to be able to determine the overlap. It's not going to be specified if there's overlap.
So on the test, is the cards carded?
Usually cards, marbles, stuff like that. Okay? Other questions? Or Venn diagrams where there's overlap. And that's easy. Could I have drawn this in a Venn diagram? Yeah, I could have. I could have drawn 2 circles. I could have said face cards. Could I have written them all out? I could have. And then could I have said spades? And I'd have to put them in the middle. But if I don't know my cards, then am I going to be able to do that? No. Okay? You have to know your cards. Which is why I said you need to get cards. Or you need to study the page in the book that has the cards picture. Alright? Okay, other questions? Alright, Silver.